I was nervous. My heart was racing and my palms were sweating. I was very nervous. It was my first home visit with the Team Academy teachers. They were coming to discuss the school's rules, activities, and classes. My main focus was on my grade level placement scores. At the time, I was 13 years old. It was spring and I was finishing the 7th grade. My mom was tired of my overall attitude towards school. I had gone from an A student to an F student who didn't care about his education. My brother had entered Team Academy in the 5th grade a year earlier. His success at Team convinced my mom to push me to enroll. She wanted me to get the grades she knew I was capable of getting. Once I was accepted to Team, I had to take a placement test to determine what grade I should be in. You see, most students enter Team in the 5th grade. I was one of the few people getting a chance to enter in the 8th grade. But if I wanted to go, first I had to take the test. This test helped the teachers figure out what a new student needed help understanding, or whether they should repeat a grade in order to catch up. You see, most Newark public school students are multiple grade levels behind by the end of the middle school year. It'd be crazy to put a student who was that far behind in the classroom with students that had been working hard for 3 years. I had been practicing what I would say to the teachers in response to the questions I thought they would ask me. The doorbell rang, and I walked slowly to go answer it. As I walked down the hall, it seemed longer than ever before. The teachers, as I expected, talked to me about their rules, grading systems, and activities. I was still focused on my scores. I asked about the test, and as soon as I had received my answer, I wish I hadn't asked. I knew my scores would be low, but not as low as they actually were. The walls shifted when she said the words that would never leave my mind. You will have to repeat the 7th grade. Everything around me spun. How could I stay back? I was already a year behind. After they left, my mother presented me with a choice. I could go to Team and be another year behind, or I could continue to attend my current school. She trusted me with this decision. I knew that the decision I made would be final. It would have a huge effect on my future. I began to measure the benefits of each of my choices. This made me think about my younger brother. A year earlier, he had entered Team Academy in the 5th grade. He had entered with a D average in math at his old school. By the end of the 5th grade, he was passing with an A, and he was learning things I wasn't even learning in the 7th grade. Since his teachers were enthused about teaching him, he was more enthused about learning. All this made me feel better about attending Team. On the other hand, I began to consider my previous school. My main concern was my friends' opinions. We had all planned on going to the same high school, and they thought that going to Team would be a stupid idea. They thought it sounded too strict, and the standards seemed too high. They said I'd be the oldest kid eating graham crackers and drinking milk with the little kids. My friends would call me dumb if I stayed back another grade. Then again, I thought, I had barely learned anything over the past 3 years. All I could remember learning was how to fight off guys from taking the small change in my pockets and defending myself in the immense brawls in the parking lot every day. Fighting was our main reason to go to school every day. I wanted to make something more of myself. I wanted to prepare to go to college. I wanted to live abundantly, not worrying about whether I would see next week or even tomorrow. As I thought about this, my friends' opinions began to lose importance in my mind. I now thought of this as a chance to start over. At that moment, I decided that change was for the best. Starting the year at Team Academy was not easy. My friends were skating, playing ball, and enjoying the summer. For 3 weeks in August, I had to be at school at 7:25 and not come home until 3. It was a huge adjustment. We had homework every day. Every day. In class, there were almost no interruptions during instructional time. We were expected to take notes, give feedback about the lesson, participate, and listen to other people's opinions. We would review math topics that seemed like a foreign language to me. We studied algebra while I was still struggling with long division. It seemed harder than I'd expected. One night, I sat on my bed and I began to think how much I hated team, how much I missed my friends. The systems and programs were more than I could handle. Frustrated, I pulled off my team shirt and threw it across the room. When it landed, I noticed something on it that I had never paid much attention to before. I had worn these stupid shirts for months, and I never bothered to read the message on it. Go hard, or go home is what it read. Staring at my shirt, I then realized that changing schools was only half the accomplishment. In order to truly succeed, I not only had to change schools, but I had to change my direction of thinking. If I was going to succeed at team, I would have to do it all and not at all. I had to give team 100% of my strength, my mind, and my ambition. I decided to stop whining and work harder. Since I made that decision, I've learned more in class, and my relationship with the teachers has been stronger. Though I still sometimes have trouble accepting the one-for-all mentality, and I still struggle with returning my homework every night. I have started accepting help from those willing to give it, and have started to exert more leadership qualities. I have been selected as one of team's representatives to the Apostle House program, which gives those less fortunate than I am opportunities to succeed. I have begun to spend more time in school, staying until 8:30 some days to manage the animals in the science lab, get tutoring from my teachers, clean the classrooms, and eat all the extra food available. I haven't had a fight at school in 2 years, and to my surprise, I've been nominated by my teachers to present this essay to you this evening. I don't regret coming to team at all now. I have been given opportunities that I would have never received in my old school. My friends at their public high school now are wishing to be in my place. I once dreamed of being a change. I no longer do. Now, I am the change.